Our modern environment is engineered to fracture the mind. Between constant sensory overload and digital addiction, it leaves us with a permanently fragmented attention span. A practitioner tries to build a divine connection while simultaneously indulging in the habits that extinguish it. It is like trying to rub two sticks together for fire while someone else pours a bucket of water over the wood. Instead of true spiritual satisfaction, we settle for chewing the chewed, the temporary highs of social status, opulent food, or superficial gossip. This creates a false sense of comfort. Like a person in a desert who mistakes a mirage for an oasis, we feel just satisfied enough by the illusion that we stop searching for the actual water the soul requires. A mind addicted to external friction and digital noise cannot achieve inner stillness. Without treating the distraction first, any attempt at spiritual practice will lack the stability to take root. The internal mechanism of failure begins with kala, or material desire. When left unsatisfied, this desire inevitably transforms into frustration and anger, clouding the practitioner's judgment and leading them into a state of illusion. This illusion is anchored by the false ego, which tricks us into identifying entirely with our temporary physical bodies. We become convinced that our higher purpose is simply to satisfy the body's changing demands, ignoring our eternal spiritual nature. Ancient texts like the Vishnu Purana describe these desires as being directionally incompatible. Spiritual truth lies toward the east, while sense gratification lies toward the west. One cannot find the rising sun while walking toward the sunset. As long as the physical senses are totally uncontrolled, the mind remains a hostage to its own chaotic environment. In this state, a person is unable to help themselves, let alone provide guidance to a world in need. The remedy for a distracted mind is a dual-action solution. Abhyasa builds strength through daily discipline, like early waking and focusing on the Maha Mantra. Vairagya requires severing ties to time-wasting media and sinful habits, shutting out noise to protect the internal practice. When this discipline is maintained, the mind undergoes a shift. It begins to detach from material objects and achieves a state of transcendental satisfaction. The practitioner no longer craves superficial distractions because the internal connection provides a deeper, steadier joy. These habits provide the mechanical calibration the mind needs to function at its peak. Without this structural discipline, generating actual spiritual power is impossible. As the heart connects to Krishna, the superficial joys of the material world lose their appeal. The practitioner finds an internal stability that doesn't depend on shifting external circumstances. From this stillness, the practitioner looks at the secular world, seeing the frantic search for meaning in a society lost in illusion and material degradation. This realization creates deep empathy. When a person is no longer consumed by their own desires, they naturally feel the distress of others, leading to an urgent desire to share their findings. This missionary spirit is the organic overflow of a disciplined heart. It is not a corporate strategy, but the natural consequence of divine absorption. The life of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada offers a historical case study of how this internal state projects outward. He arrived in America in 1965 with zero material resources and no institutional backing. His success was the result of a mind perfectly tuned to hold Krishna in the heart. He did not rely on wealth or marketing. He relied on the internal engine of absorption he had cultivated over decades of practice. This internal purity allowed him to freely distribute the practice of Krishna consciousness to thousands. His singular focus triggered a movement that spread to almost every corner of the globe. The resulting growth grew directly from the solitary discipline of a single individual. It demonstrates that when the engine of bhakti is properly tuned, its impact can scale far beyond the limits of one person. You do not have to be a grand scholar or a charismatic leader to be part of this mission. In a massive engine, even a single perfectly placed screw is necessary to hold the machine together. In the same way, the smallest act of disciplined service is powerful when it is done with full absorption. The choice is immediate. Remain a casualty of the digital distractions around you, or take control of your daily routine and walk away from toxic habits. To save the world, you must first save yourself. Conquer the distractions in your own mind today, and you will become an effective instrument of the divine tomorrow.